Hi, I'm Lucas from Glampervan UK, and today I will be showing you how to work the campervan. Each set of keys has two keys. The forward one does the doors, the bonnet and the ignition, and the other one does all other locks. To fill up with fuel, you need to open the passenger door, go to this little flap and open it. There's no cap, you just stick it in there and make sure it's only diesel, and AdBlue, if you need to put it in, goes in there. To do the electricity, you get the cable from the back here in the garage area. You go over to the EHU and you get the end which has the lid on to plug it in the van, and you push it in with the lid above, and you've got to get it in until it clicks like that. This end goes into the hookup at the campsite, and to pull the plug out you push the lever down and pull out. Do the gas, use this key and then open it up like the other ones. I'll give you one full one which has the green straw and one partially full one. To open it, you twist the copper handle on the top and turn it the opposite to what's on here. So that way's off and that way's on. And when you finish your canister, tie a red straw around it so we know to get a different can. To access, you put the water in, unscrew this, you get the hose from in there and you put it in there and just let it pour in. You'll find the grey waste empty water bit in here, down here. You pull this handle from the bob and it'll empty out all the used shower and sink water. To empty the toilet, you push these two buttons at the same time, and you need to take this out, push the lid and pull it out. So what you got to do is you got to twist it this way, unscrew this so it can pour out. And if you want to push this button to make it come out easier. And then to get inside it, to clean it out, turn this little knob, and then where you empty it, the little cleany outy area, use the hose there instead of the hose that we put in the camper van for hygiene reasons. Shut it back up. Once you've cleaned it out, you need to put about this much water into there and one of the green sachets in here. And if you're squeamish, there's gloves and hand gel. To close back up, just do everything again, just backwards. Pick it up, slide it back in here until it clicks. This is the air vent for the Truma boiler. Since the gases come out here, if this window's open, the boiler won't work because all these nasty fumes will come up and into the camper van.
The window has to be closed when the gas is going to the boiler, otherwise the fumes would obviously come into the van. So this sensor here is against the window. If it feels that the window is open, it will automatically cut off the gas so that you can't be gassed inside, I guess. So if you can't get the boiler to work, the first thing to check is that this window is completely closed.
To open the bonnet, use the forward key, put it in, turn it to 1, and turn it to 2, keep it on 2 when you push it open. You gotta get it up there, and there's like this hook thingamabob, which goes inside, down a bit, goes inside there, and then you can do whatever you have. In the garage you'll find rafters, an awning crank, chairs for each person, a camping table, a selection of buckets, levelers, the electric cable, and a hose. Charlie and Dexter's garages are set up a bit differently, but have all the same things.
To use the bike rack, flick it down and you'll see that there's 4 lanes to put your bike up. So you put the wheels of the bike in here, attach and secure at either end through the wheels. These can be moved. She says not moving it. These can be moved along to suit where the wheels actually are. And then you attach also with the handles over the top. It's best if you put the bigger bikes on the outside, but start loading from the inside. So put the smaller bikes on the way out, and if you have the handlebars from one end, and then the next row have the handlebars at the far end. And that way they tend to stay on better. Okay, so this is the roller team control panel. You press the power on here. Once it's on, you can turn the lights on. The lights are not only allows power to all of the lights, but also to the 12 volt points. Okay, up here we have the leisure battery showing you what percentage you're on. The leisure battery is charged by the solar panels on the top, or if you're driving along. At the moment, because the weather's been so nice, we're on 100%. The top one shows you the percentage of water in the fresh water tank. So at the moment we're at 66%. That would be because it's either 0, 33, 66 or 100%. So it could be anywhere up to 99% at the moment. Okay, this one will tell you what the inside temperature is. It's currently a toasty 29 degrees in here. This tells you the percentage of the vehicle battery. We prefer you don't press that because sometimes it tries to drain the power from the from the vehicle battery instead of the leisure battery for the lights, and you don't want to wake up in the morning with a flat battery. There is no outside light, but this is the pump for water. So anytime you run water, whether it be for the boiler or for the sink or the shower or toilet, you need to turn the pump on. It will make a noise for a minute or two. If the noise lasts longer than a minute or two, open all of the taps to let the air out. Okay, we'll leave that running for a second, and then we'll come over to the Truma panel. Okay, so this is the heating and hot water system. To turn the power on, you press the button in the middle. Okay, so the first icon, which looks like a van with a thermometer, that's the heating. As you'll hear, the water pump has just stopped making a noise now. Okay, sorry, so we turn the power on and press it again, and you decide what temperature you would like it on. So say you wanted the van to be 26, get to 26 and press the middle button and it will try to reach that. The one next to it is the water temperature. Press that. At the moment it's off. Eco is the temperature if you want to do washing up, and you would just press it to select, or you could go to hot if you're having a shower. Okay, or boost if you've just come back and you're freezing cold and you need the water as hot as it can be as quickly as possible. Okay. The next one across is your choice of electricity or gas. It will work better on gas than electricity. But obviously you need to have the gas turned on outside at the gas cylinder to run off gas, or you can turn it to gas, you can turn it to electricity. It's now given a an error code. If you want to know what the error codes are, they're listed on the instructions at the back of the instructions that are in the glove box. Anything with an exclamation mark will be an error. This is basically telling me that there's no gas going to the system, which is because the gas is not turned on at the gas cylinder. Okay. Alright, let's turn those off. Make sure that everything is turned off and the gas is turned off before you drive away. Do not have any gas flowing from the gas cylinders when you travel. Okay, and again, turn everything off over here. As easy as just turning the power button. How to operate the fridge. So you go to the power button, hold it in until you get some lights. Okay. So the two things that you need to decide on with the fridge is what power source and what level. First of all, you'll see here at the moment it's on gas, but we'll start flashing in a minute because we have no gas. To change the power source, you hold the grey button in until just the gas flashes, and then you can move between the options with the arrows. So this one is battery. When you're driving along, it will use the car battery. You can only use that when the engine is running. The next option is plug, so if you're an electric hookup, you can plug it in and select that. Once you've selected the power source, it'll ask you how cold you want it. If you put it on full, it will get very cold, particularly on gas. It does get coldest on gas. So you may, after a day or so, need to lower that down. I tend to start with it on full and then after a day or two, make it a bit cooler. So again, to select that, you would press the middle button. The reason it's flashing is there is no electric hookup at the moment. If it was working fine, nothing would be flashing. Okay, so I think we'll just turn that back to the car engine because that's what it'll be running on when you drive away. Okay, and then to turn it off, you just hold in the power button and it will go off completely. To use the toilet, you can either swing it across so that you have a little bit more room for your legs. Otherwise, if you wanted to use the sink facilities, it's probably best if you move it out of the way so you have more room for that. But to use the actual toilet, obviously open the lid, and then you will see that there's a lever down here. You flick the lever across and that opens the door inside. You do your business, and once you've finished, you can flush. To be able to use the flusher, please remember to turn the water pump on, flush, and then when you've finished, close the door to keep the smell in the cassette downstairs. Simple as that. To get to reverse, you've got to lift up underneath, across, and to the left at first. Okay, it is 6-speed, but you'll find that it actually drives better on the motorway in 5th. Okay, one of the other things that you'll find when you go into reverse, the reversing camera will automatically come on, and when you take it out of reverse, it will go off. Okay, each of the vehicles has stickers to give you an idea of how high the roof is. Please be aware of that when you're going through any tunnels. The maximum speed limit for a motorhome on a motorway is 70, and on a dual carriageway is 60. Okay, you'll see that there is an exclamation mark currently on. That is showing that the handbrake is on. So to take the handbrake off, the handbrake is actually on the driver's side. You have to lift it back up, press the button in to release and let it off. There's pressure on it now because it's off, and it flops back down. Okay, so you have cruise control when you're traveling. I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Note that the lights don't turn themselves off, they're not automatic. So at the moment when it's on O, it's off, and when you need your lights on, you need to turn there. But remember to turn them off again.
In the door, there is, for the electricity cable thing back there, you can use this to plug into your house or any other sockets which has stuff like this. To get into the secret compartment, you push this button here, open up, and there's a hose adapter a spirit level, and you put it on the floor to make sure the camper van spirits are level, and your Wi-Fi thingamabob. There's also a 12-volt thing in here.
Box, you'll find a number of things, including your membership to your privileged membership to the Caravan and Camping Club, some details about what we've done for COVID, landlord's gas certificate, what to do if you have an accident, certificate of motor insurance, and instructions for the Truma boiler. Over in the door of the passenger side, you'll find that there is a can of tyre inflator and the towing eye. The towing eye should only be screwed into the proper point on the front bumper. The reason we include the can of tyre inflator is that we don't actually allow you to change the tyre yourself. The tyre is located underneath the van, so we don't provide a jack because we don't want anybody jacking the van up and maybe having an accident with the jack breaking. So we ask you to use the tyre inflator and get yourself to the nearest garage for assistance. In the pocket above the passenger seat, you'll find an inverter which plugs into the 12-volt points and is really useful for charging phones, iPads, etc. It can take plugs, but I do suggest that you don't use it to dry your hair or plug anything in that's going to use a lot of electricity, because it will drain the leisure battery really quickly and then you won't have any power left for the lights. Also in here is an extension lead. That is for being able to plug the kettle and the toaster in the kitchen. The power point is not close enough to the area where you can actually place the kettle and the toaster. Alright, on the other side you will find the manual, the full manual for the van, and also a cheat sheet. Cheat sheet has your arrival checklist, departure checklist, and some hints. It also includes the Wi-Fi code for the dongle. On any of the cupboards, they have push-in locks. Make sure that when you're travelling you do have them secured, otherwise when you drive away the doors will come flying open. Inside the big cupboard in Alfie and Billy you will find an assortment of bits and pieces, including some cleaning items and also the windscreen cover. So over the corner of the passenger door you wrap the blind around the front of the vehicle. Shut the passenger door so that you can actually pull it down on the driver's side. You have to actually shut the door as you pull it down. Shut it completely. Attach it around the wing mirrors. And you have a cover, blackout and privacy shield. Note that both the oven and the hob only run on gas, okay? So you need to have the gas turned on for them to be able to work. And in addition to that, in Charlie, it doesn't have an automatic ignition. As you can see, we're actually in Billy at the moment, and there is an automatic ignition in the hob. Charlie doesn't, and it actually needs to be lit with the lighter. In all of the vans, the ovens have an ignition switch, so you don't need to use a lighter. The cabinets, you have to just tip and pull. It's a bit like an airplane locker. Make sure that you put your hand underneath as you open it to catch anything that might have moved during transit. Make sure before you drive away that everything is clicked shut. In addition, if you've got cabinets, make sure that the buttons are pressed in prior to travel. Otherwise, as soon as you drive away, all of the cupboard doors will open. And again, bathroom door, make sure it's clicked shut so that it doesn't open during travel. Alfie and Billy, you will find the safety items. So we have the safety blanket, we have some spare bulbs and fuses. Tucked around the side here we have the fire extinguisher, and we have the safety bag. Safety bag has a lot of things that you'll need if you have an accident. I suggest you take the whole bag with you, but also included in there is some earplugs in case anybody's snoring too much, some sunscreen, there's also some bug spray, first aid kit. Feel free to have a look and see if there's anything you need in there. Charlie and Dexter, you'll find the safety equipment under the seat, which is located behind the passenger seat. Okay, you can just take the cushions away. And you open up, there's the leisure battery, there's the blue box has got spare bulbs and fuses, your safety triangle and your safety bag. Okay. Fire extinguisher and fire blanket are in the same location as the safety bag in Dexter. However, in Charlie, you'll find it underneath the kitchen sink. Note that when you're driving along, only the cab area windows can be open. None of the windows at the rear of the vehicle or up the top can be opened because they open outwards. They're not built for obviously the aerodynamics of driving along, so you have to ensure they are shut, and you also have to ensure that the skylights are securely shut. Otherwise they will be pulled off by the force of the wind. Every window has blinds on it, double blinds. There's a fly screen blind, which is set with just an either fully open or fully closed. You'll see there's a hook at the end, or there's the blackout blind, which you'll need to pull down fully every night to ensure that there's no light when you wake up in the morning. It's not just for the windows, but also for the ceiling light, ceiling windows. Okay. Again, you just pop it down, unhook it so that it can roll up. On the window locks themselves, to open them you have to press the black button in to be able to turn them. I know it seems a really silly thing to say, but at night time it's quite difficult to actually see that there is a button there to be able to turn them. This is obviously a 12-volt point, so this will run off the leisure battery when you have the lights turned on. However, this is a power point. They're all got covers to disguise them, but you can only use the normal power points if you're an electric hookup. Get the leg of the awning up. You basically come here and you'll see it's actually on a hinge in the corner. So it slides out from the inner lip and then it swings around. And you obviously place it on the ground, somewhere flat and secure. And then if you want to raise it, you can lift it up, adjust the height, and then secure it with the bolt. Okay, so this is what the awning should look like when it's out. So what we ask is that when it is out, you have one leg slightly lower than the other so that the rain can run off. And if you're going to have it extended to this sort of distance, anything over 1 metre, we'd ask that you also include the central rafter, which you just hook from here to the top. The rafter is kept in the garage with the awning crank. Okay, to secure the height of the legs, just use the little bolt here. And again, to put it away, what we ask you to do is lower, and if you could tighten the bolt so that we don't lose the bolts, but then you pick up the leg and you swing and turn it, and then you slide it into the lip. You'll see that it clicks underneath there, and it will click when it's in place inside the lip of the awning, and there's nothing sticking out past here. Okay, and to do the other side, okay, it's lowered, tighten it to make sure that the bolt doesn't fall out, lift it up, twist it so it's against the lip, click it in, and you might see at the moment it's actually sticking out, so you need to just slide that back in so that there's nothing sticking out past there. Okay, so it's nice and trim inside here, and will fold away neatly when the whole awning is wound back in. Okay, so you can see it's now shut flush tight. Okay, so Alfie and Billy at the bottom bunk can either be down, where you use the small garage space below, or you can secure it up, which is great when you're travelling and you can actually fill it full of all of your equipment and gear. So there's two options. It's basically secured by a seatbelt latch.
To use a ladder for the electric drop-down bed, we suggest you hook it over this ledge for security, and to get it up and down, use this panel. To move this table across to here, you move this lever, that way, and then it just slides. And if you twist it again, it locks into place. And